I had a lingerie party theme, and we were passing out condoms to promote safe sex. But motherfuckers were really like fucking in the bathroom, throwing trains, running trains.
That's some scary shit.
Well, it was multiple trains in the bathroom, and it was a long ass line. And I was like, why is everybody in the line? But
are you single? Are you single?
Yeah, my boyfriend.
Oh, your
yeah,
boyfriend. Okay.
yeah.
So let's say your boyfriend wanted you to change outfits because you're dressing too a little bit too wild. What would you tell him?
Fuck off.
You tell him to fuck off?
Yeah, like let me wear what I want.
Isn't he the king worth listening to?
I'm not here to be controlled by someone else.
You think it's a little bit controlling?
It is controlling.
Why is a dad considered to be a good dad if he wants his girl to dress modestly, but a boyfriend's considered controlling if he wants the same for his girl?
That's a. I don't know how to answer that. I feel like. It's because the dad doesn't want to see you sexually, and then I don't know, the boyfriend's just like, he doesn't want. I don't fucking know. I'm sorry.
I called off my engagement after 6.5 years together because I came to realize that I did not want to spend the rest of my life cooking, cleaning, grocery shopping, and doing laundry for a man when I worked full-time as well, and that was the expectation for me, to take on all of the domestic labor just because I was the woman. That was one of the main motivators for me. I knew that that could not be it, that there had to be more to life, and that I needed for me to find a partner who would be a partner and not just a husband. Now, I have had a bunch of women reach out to me in my messages with similar stories, saying that they also called off their engagement. And for me, that was one of the main motivations for me to write my book, Anxious to Wed. I don't think there's enough stories about women walking away from relationships that do not serve them. I think a lot of times women settle for the sake of settling down, and there needs to be more stories, more women's voices, more women standing up and saying, we're not going to accept the bare minimum anymore.
So the craziness of it, her view is that if she had to work full time, she didn't want to cook, clean, and do all this domestic things for this man. And she called off her engagement. But do you not realize the years that you spent, let's say 1 or 2 years before an engagement happened, and I'm saying at low ball, why did you not set up what kind of relationship you wanted? You obviously said yes to this man. Yet, what kind of relationship did you have then? So, before you got engaged, it was fine for you to cook and clean and all this stuff for this man? Or did you not even cook and clean and none of this stuff for this man before the engagement, but assume that you will have to when you got engaged, got married? The train of the thinking that women go through is insane for me. Why did you not have the boundaries, the standards set in your relationship already before engagement, before accepting the proposal? Because she called it off, so she said yes, but later rethink it. It just fascinates me that women can stay in a relationship for a long time, or marriages for a long time, and then suddenly feel or realize that they don't want it anymore, and then end it. You didn't fix it. You didn't actually take the time to make a relationship that you spent your time in. Women don't realize time is the most precious thing a human being have, because you ain't gonna get time back. So you spent years with a person, but yet you could feel like you just threw it under the ground like it's nothing. This is why I think it's ridiculous when women say they wasted their years with somebody, because no, you did it yourself. No one wasted your time. You wasted your own time. You did not set the boundaries, set the preferences, set how your relationship should be before you left it. Women don't fight for it anymore. Women don't make the effort into things anymore. So it is ridiculous that women, if they have a problem, they just don't actually fix it. They just leave on a whim, however they feel. So it's ridiculous.
What makes you feel like he settled? I knew he settled because every time he came home to me, he never looked happy. I knew he settled because when he would go into the restroom or he would be on the phone, he would always come out frustrated because I knew that whoever it was that he was talking on the phone was who he actually wanted to be with, and he resented me for it. I knew he settled when I was pregnant the first time, and he literally said to me, why did it have to be you that got pregnant and not the person that he wanted to be with?
So I know the comment about him telling me, I wish it was her that was pregnant and not you, really sent you guys. Literally, so many of you guys commented like I would have lost it, blah, blah, blah. But this comment is literally the most accurate. It was very soul crushing because the context of it was he said, why did God have to punish me by allowing you to get pregnant and not the other person that he wanted to actually be pregnant? I tried and it never happened. Why did God have to punish me with you, meeting you giving me my daughter? Why does God hate me so much? So when I tell you the drive home from the old apartments that we had was soul crushing, I cried the entire time, and I don't wish that pain on nobody.
You know why I don't blame the man in this story she's talking about? Is that women let men get away with things. Why? In this world that women fight so hard for the right to abortion, you allow this man to become a father to your child. Why did you not use all these kind of contraception, abortion, plan B, use a condom, not let him come in you? Okay? And why did you even get with this kind of man? Why? If he would say so, if a man could say this to you, I cannot imagine how he was loving you, being attentive, being a person that made you want to be with him. This is the problem, right? Where women destroy themselves by choosing men that will destroy them. You choose who can have sex. If it's not force, if it's not anything bad, women choose the men that can have sex, and choose the man that could be fathers. Why would you do this to yourself? It's like you create these bad relationships, bad marriages, these bad situations by choosing these men. It's not about, we cannot control other people. We can only control ourselves. This is not about, how about him? Why doesn't he do it? You cannot control other people. You can control yourself. Why would you lay in bed with this man? Why would you make this man a father? If you have given yourself to this man, did everything you can to make this man happy, and yet he was never happy with you, that says something. Why would you even bother? You made your bed. You should not have done it. And it's a sad thing that women do this to themselves. Why they say that, this is a trauma, right? These are the traumas that women put themselves through. When time goes on, you only get older, and you get only more traumatic in life because you do this to yourself. You allow these things to happen. I can never understand.
I don't think some women understand what they are getting themselves into when they say that they want a truly masculine provider, right? Because a lot of these women still expect for these men to go out and really hustle and make this really extravagant living that they want, right? They want to have a certain lifestyle. They want to have all the things that they, all of the comforts of life, but then also expect for this man to come in and pitch in and do many, many things around the home with the children, with the house, with the cleaning and stuff like that, because she needs a break. So this is not a generalization, but let me talk to the women that are 100% stay-at-home moms, okay? And my disclaimer is that I have been every woman in every category, right? Wife, career, while having my kids, while working on a master's degree. I've been a stay-at-home mom during certain periods with my children.
So I've seen it and I've experienced it. This is my lived experience. If you're 100% a stay-at-home mom, okay, that's your job, right? And this may not be a popular opinion, but if your husband comes home and helps and cooks and does all of these things, that is a bonus, okay? It's not an expectation, because a lot of women scream and cry and they're like, he needs to pitch in and he needs to do this and he needs to help me. I need a break. The reality is that we fail to put ourselves in his shoes, right? You don't live his experience every day, right? You're not sitting on his conference calls every day or whatever his career may be, right? Maybe he's a construction worker. You're not out there climbing buildings every day, okay? You're not dealing with a lot of the bureaucracy in corporate America. Honestly, a lot of women have no idea what their husbands even do for a living. If I sat and asked you the question, what does your husband do? You wouldn't be able to explain it. So you don't live his experience. You don't take loads off of his back with his work, and you don't give him a break from his work. So the argument that you need a break from your work and it should be his expectation is flawed. That doesn't mean you don't need a break, but the reality is your support system may not be your provider that you asked for. It may be somebody else. It may be a nanny or a mommy's helper or a family member. But to have the expectation that he should support you in ways that you don't support him, it's not going to work.